Hey, what's up, guys? So today I wanted to do a quick review on the Nike Romaleos. So I guess I'll take you guys through what I think about them. So pretty much, if you're looking into getting a pair of squat shoes, I'd highly recommend the Nike Romaleos. They're a little bit older now, and I think they actually have newer ones. But I'll just tell you guys what I think about them. So I've been using them for the past, I want to say, year, like full year squatting, and also I use them to deadlift a few times. But the problem with deadlifting in squat shoes is since there's a raised heel. It helps some people's leverages, but it also doesn't help other people's, if that makes any sense. So, if anything, it actually might help, but I know some people that can't pull as much deadlifting with them. For their main competitor, I guess, would probably be the Addy Powers. The main difference between them is the Addy Powers, which my brother has. They're very, they're not as stable laterally, because if you look at these, or you kind of like feel, they're very, very stiff laterally. And also, there's a little bit of flex in the toe. There's a lot more flex in the Addy Powers, but as far as the heel stability laterally, it's crazy. If you can see this plastic right here, it's extremely hard. So I mean, I never find myself backing out of a squat and then kind of almost like tweaking my ankle, I guess, like kind of like that way. But that some people like that, some people don't. Personally, I like it a lot because I like to feel locked in and very, very stable when I'm squatting. So this helps me a lot. One problem I ran into, though, was if you don't go to a gym regularly, like I do, I kind of work out in my house. The flooring we have in here is this. And if you see this, it's foam. So when there's like a foot here, like that, my right leg, since I had ACL surgery a while back, it sort of comes on, and since my right quad is much weaker than my left, I tend to kind of lean this way, almost in a sort of compensation effect. I'm not sure why I do it, but my body just has a habit of doing it. So there's a big mark, and my foot kind of like goes like that. Like, I don't know if you see that, but it kind of like comes off and goes off a little bit. And it kind of makes a dent, so just make sure you squat on hard floor. I ended up cutting out the section of flooring where I squat to make it kind of like that, hardwood floor. It makes it much better. So that's another tip, guys. If you use squat shoes and you squat on floor that's not extremely hard, that could take away from your power output. Because I found that I worked out in my school gym, and squatting on the hardwood floor, squatting felt so much better, and I could move so much more weight, and my form felt tighter. And it was literally just because I was squatting on flat floor that didn't have any give. When you squat on sort of foam, it kind of absorbs a little bit, and it doesn't help you as much. But back onto the shoe. One issue. This isn't a big issue for me, but some people don't like it, is if you look at the big strap, no matter what, usually, to get your shoe tight, you have to cinch it down. And there's almost always, like, this much excess. And it just kind of chills there. So, I mean, they're not the best shoes for walking around the entire gym with, but, I mean, you shouldn't really be doing that anyway. The front strap's really good. The strap, as far as the durability of it, my dad uses these, or he used to use them when he went to the gym, and after a year of use, I squat every like 3 days. So after a year of squatting, actually I've only been squatting 3 days for like the past month, but after a year of squatting, essentially on and off, these shoes look pretty nice. There's a little bit of nicks and dirt right there, but that's my own fault. I kind of just chuck them. I chuck them on the floor after I'm done squatting. I don't really care that much. So as far as you can tell, there's hardly any wear on the actual shoe. So durability wise, it's probably, I'd say it's like an 8, 9 out of 10. It's very, very good. Other than that, I mean, I think they come out with a few new colors now. This is, obviously, I got this because I wanted to stand out and I like it. But I think they come in like, I think blackish and red, more reserved colors, which are pretty cool. So yeah, if I didn't mention it, these are the Romaleo 2s. By now, they're probably out with, I don't know, a higher number than 2. I'm gonna assume. So yeah, if you can find these anywhere and they're like on clearance and they have your size, I'd recommend picking them up if you need squat shoes. Personally, I got mine on eBay. I waited till they went on clearance because normally the shoes are $200, but I didn't want to pay that, so I ended up paying like, I believe, $130 for it. And yeah, so, oh, that's another thing. I think some people are probably gonna ask about sizing. If you can see in the tongue right here, it's a, sorry. I think you guys can see that. It's in any case, it's a 10.5, and I wear. I'll show you guys my shoes. Don't judge my shoes. So in Vans, I wear a men's 10. I don't know if you probably can't see that, but in Vans I wear a 10. In running shoes, I wear an 11. And for some reason in squat shoes, I wear a 10.5. It's kind of weird, but that can just kind of gauge it. If anything, I'd recommend getting a half size. If say you're a 9, and say you fit a 9 in Vans, then I'd recommend getting a 9.5 for the Nike Romaleos. Vans are a pretty common shoe, so that might be a good gauge. But so I guess they run a half size bigger than your size. But I know some people that say it runs a half size smaller. So I would probably lean on the side of half size bigger. Because my running shoes that are 11, they are a little loose. So that's probably not a good indicator. But yeah, they're most likely they run half size smaller. So get a half size bigger. Yes, that makes sense. Okay, so yeah, that's about it for the review. If you have any questions about the shoes, just ask me. I'm more than happy to give you an answer. But yeah, really solid shoes. Been using them for about a year. No complaints. Just really, really good shoes if you want to get into Olympic lifts, squatting, high bar, squatting low bar even if you really want to. And yeah, that's really about it. But yeah, guys, so hope you enjoyed the review. And comment, tell me what you think in the comments. See ya.